Good morning, children. How are you today? Hope you are all doing good and ready to take another class or ready to listen more about unification of Germany, which we were discussing last time. I know that we were in the middle of the story and then we had interrupted. So what we have seen last week was the change of style of nationalism in Europe. It moved away from democracy and revolutions, and it was often used by conservatives to promote state um, power and political domination. This is what exactly happened in case of Germany as well, when the middle class Germans tried to bring the German unification and into a nation governed by electoral parliaments. It was suppressed by monarchy, military, and landowners in Prussia. Monarchy was involved mainly because they were sure that the power of monarchy will be lost if an elected parliament comes in under the leadership of middle class Germans of the small states. Instead, they wanted it to happen under them, under Prussia. So, German national unification was taken under the leadership of Prussia, and the Prussian king, um, Kaiser William I, appointed his chief minister, Otto von Bismarck, the Iron Chancellor, as he is known, to lead the act of national unification. That's where we were last class, right? And I just briefly mentioned his policy of realpolitik was a change in attitude. Realpolitik is a positive word in general sense, but in politics, this was not so ethical or of value. Now let us see what Otto von Bismarck did. He unified Germany with the three wars, uh, the pragmatic politics involved there. Three wars in 7 years. That was the summary of German unification. He fought a war with Austria, Denmark, and France. These three wars actually unified Germany. If you take in the sequence, 1864, he fought with Denmark because Denmark had two German states. One was big and one was relatively smaller, and he wanted to add that to the German confederation under Prussia. So he declared a war on Denmark. Tactfully, he took the alliance of Austria because the smaller state was next to Austria and bigger state was close to Prussia. So he came in an alliance with Austria and fought with Denmark, and they defeated Denmark easy. And then the bigger state was added to Prussia and gave Austria the smaller one, and the first war ended. So he added a little bit portion of German state, a smaller German, another German state to Confederation. Then he fought with Austria, who was his partner to unify the other state from Denmark. He fought with Austria. What Austria did, Austria took the alliance of France because France was another major country in military force. So he took the alliance of France, but it was too quick. France didn't get a chance to participate in the war. The war was over in 7 days. Before even France could mobilize its army and come to assist Austria, Austria was defeated by Prussia. It was a well calculated war by Otto von Bismarck. And Prussia lost the war. All the German Confederation, German speaking states and Austria was joined together with Prussia. Some of them was as a treaty. The rest left Austrian rule because they felt Austria is too weak in front of Prussia and they wanted to join the stronger nation. Like that, Otto and Bismarck managed to bring these states under Prussia. Also, there was some German states which was under France during that time. As France assisted Austria, or France was in hand with Austria for the war, Otto and Bismarck declared war against France in 1871, and he conquered, or he united those small states which was under France as well. So with these three wars in 7 years, Otto and Bismarck brought together all the German states under Prussia. And in January 1871, Kaiser William I was declared as a new emperor of United Germany. It happened in the Hall of Mirrors in the Palace of Versailles. So this is how the German unification happened. What it gave to Prussia was Prussia became a more powerful country in Europe, and it established its dominance as a nation, as Germany. They also brought in so many reforms in this area, including banking, currency, and judicial system, which strengthened the alliance as one nation. Prussian measures and practices become a model in Germany. This was already existing in Germany, and they introduced it in the unified German state. Not only that, it became a model for Germany. Later, it became a model for entire Europe. So this is this could be a long answer question. So as I explained, you'll have to explain a little bit about the revolution of the liberals, and then you explain these points, and that should be fine. This is about unification of Germany and Otto and Bismarck. His political method of real politics will come in discussion again when we discuss about the matters led to First World War. We will see that later. Okay, now let us move to the next topic.